Hi.
Ciao. Allora, alla sinistra abbiamo Giovanna di Serio.
Ciao.
E to the right abbiamo Maria Cesira di Serio. Ok, please, you can start.
What would you like to know?
Okay, just start.
My experience with Teopoli?
Yeah, since the first day.
Yeah.
And who introduced you to Teopoli?
To Teopoli. So the first time I heard about Teopoli was somebody told me about Suor Carmelina. And my niece was very sick. She was dying with cancer. And somebody told me, says, why don't you go see Suor Carmelina? And I said, who is Suor Carmelina? Oh, she's like a saint. Everybody wants to talk to her. Maybe she can help you. So, and she was at the hospital. She's been at the hospital for a long time, Suor Carmelina. And me and my sister and my niece, which she was only 15 years old, and she was dying with cancer, we went. But when we went over there at the hospital, there was such a long lineup. It was crazy. Many people were waiting to talk to her. And after we stood there for 2 hours, we finally talked to her. And we found out how beautiful she was, and you know, I couldn't believe it. There's such a woman. She had so many operations. I don't think she had her legs. And she was there trying to comfort us, to comfort my sister and my niece. And she said to her, oh, non ti preoccupare, Gesù sta scherzando con te, you know? I remember that was beautiful. Anyway, that's the first time I met her, and then one day my comadre, she said to me, oh, do you want to come to Teopoli? We go and help and plant the flowers. And we went. Me and my husband started going, you know, Sunday we would go all day long, and we, like in the springtime, and we would plant flowers around Jesus the Listener, Jesus La Madonnina, all kind of things, you know. And that's when we started our journey with Società Unita, and of course, you know, Teopoli. And me and my daughters, we used to go to the camp for the children, and so many things happening there. Then we did the camp, and then we did Ore Labora with Romeo. We would go twice a year, and we would stay there all week, and we would cook, we would clean, and we would pray. It was a beautiful experience. And then we also went for the walk. We would walk to like the walk of love that we do with, and it will last over 10 days. Can you close the door, please? Anyway, there's so many things happening there. It was amazing, and we got to know Suor Carmelina, of course, and you know all the beautiful things that she did. And
which kind of beautiful things happened?
So
one or two things that for you is incredible.
Well, when I went there, the first time I went there, I think it was with my daughter, we decided to go for the camp, which is a period of 10 days. And you stay there and you cook and you sleep over there and we wash dishes, right? And we took the bus there, and when we got there, right away I felt something. There was something different about Teopoli, you know? Like, I fell in love with it. I knew there was something that would attract people, you know. I think it was the love of God. It was true, it was the city of God. And once we were over there was a lot of miracles happened the week that we were there with my daughter.
I can say the first time I went to Teopoli was actually with the youth group at St. Lawrence with our church. And it was a bunch of young people, right? And there was a couple of you know, chaperones with us. But when I got there and I seen this beautiful place, beautiful land, right? It's just the air, you breathe it, it's different. So there was an attraction to it. So when she asked me to go volunteer at the camp, I was only, what, 16 or 17? So I was very young, but I went because I had an attraction to it already. And then I guess when we were at the camp, there was an older Italian lady who was cooking with us. And I just remember her perseverance. She got a burn on her arm. She didn't go. She was just like, God is going to heal me. It's going to be fine, because I'm not going to the doctor because I have to cook for all these children. The next day, it was already almost all healed. I couldn't believe it. And the day after that, it was gone. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how did that happen? So that was one thing that happened with me, that I was shocked. The second thing that happened, and remember, I'm just a 16-year-old kid at this point, developing my relationship with God, so...
Who are we going to give the interview to?
Of course. You know what happened when I was at the camp? There were hundreds of children and hundreds of camp counselors and hundreds of nuns, well, not hundreds of nuns, but there was maybe, 25 nuns that were taking care of the camp. And they needed to cook pizza for all these people, but they had very little amount of pizza dough.
Yeah.
One little, this big, right? I don't know how. So both of my mother and this older lady, I can't remember.
It was me and you. They put us in charge of the pizza, me and her. Yeah, because the lady, she was doing something else. There was so many things to do, and each one of us had to take care of a thing.
And I thought, there's no way this is going to feed this many. I just thought, this is a joke. There's no way. Being, 16, you're skeptical. She put the cross in the middle of the dough.
Yeah.
And just like a couple of hours later, it started overflowing over the bowl, where we had to rip pieces off and put it into another bowl and put it into another bowl. And I thought, is this the feeding of the 5,000? It was just shocking to me.
It was so funny. I said, Jacira, it's happening. It's true. Just like a parable, like the way Jesus did multiply the bread, and this happened. And at the end, we froze 6 things of dough. And we froze them separated, we couldn't believe it what happened, it was amazing.
It was just beautiful there. And then after that, I was 10 days there with my mother, a teenager, right? So, but I felt so much peace there, and it was amazing. And there was an older camp counselor, I can't remember her name, and Father Claudio, I think, was saying the Mass. And I remember for the first time, this is another experience for me that really stayed with me at Teopoli. I seen when he was instituting the Eucharist that the camp counselors were all kneeling down very reverently. And I had not understood yet, at 16 years old, being part of a Catholic school, growing up in a Catholic community, that Jesus is present in the Eucharist. It's not a symbol. Christ is there with us. And I remember at that point it clicked, and I kneeled down, and it just was so significant for me. And after that, we had volunteered for a few more things, and I got to sit at a table with Father Claudio. And Father Claudio, this man is amazing. Who is this priest, right? You can have a conversation with him. He's so intelligent, and he's so amazing. And then after that, it was just, it made me really look into my faith and start understanding Catholicism. That was a big thing for me. Teopoli was big for me. Yes, baby.
When you did the cross with the pie, it didn't work out.
When we did a cross with the pie, but we're going to do it again. So, I think it did work out. I think we just have to try again. It was a learning experience.
There, they're beautiful experiences, We spent hours and hours of working on the fields, cleaning up the roads, while we're praying with each other, and all the groups, all the people that over 75 years old, they're trying to clean up all the grass and cut the trees off, It was really a beautiful experience every day.
I actually had one more that I'll tell him about since we're here with my sister Angela. She can confirm. Yeah. They have the very large stations of the cross all around the grounds. So me and my sister went out at one of the retreats. We went on our own to do our own station. And when we got to the station where Mother Mary is holding Jesus, I'm not sure what station, it might be the 11th station. We started to just feel this overwhelming presence of God. And both of us hugged the statue of Jesus because we were so moved by the Station of the Cross. and we started to listen, and I don't know if anybody will believe us, but I remember telling my family, listening to holding Christ, and I said, Angela, do you hear that? And she's like, yeah. What is that? And we heard, it was like we could hear the beating of Christ's heart in the statue. It was so shocking to us that we just both broke down crying. We couldn't believe it.
That's what happened to me.
You heard it too? I didn't know.
I was another time. I was planting flowers all by myself because everybody else was working somewhere else. I was alone. You know, Jesus with the children. And every time I went down to put a flower, I would hear boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And I thought, oh my God, God is showing me that He's so happy that I'm doing this.
And I thought, this is God telling us, just never give up hope. Because even in His death, He's going to rise again. He's still alive. There's no death, right? It's just, we continue to live. We have that opportunity to continue to live with Christ in eternal life.
Never happened to me.
Well,
Alessandra,
you gotta start
can I call
there.
Luigi?
Sure.
When you get bigger, we're going to go together.